All right. So first of all, just want to say, since I don't have a projector or anything behind me, I just have the PowerPoint on here. So it's kind of, if we can do like a follow along kind of thing. I just made my own presentation here aside from what my group did, just to elaborate a little bit more on it. But so now, the start of the presentation. Um, I'm Topher Schwartz, and this is for On-Time Teas because I was absent during class, and this is the still ill presentation because I'm still not feeling the greatest, but I hope to not cough too much or anything during this presentation here, so we can go ahead and start. I wanted to cover some things that my group did not cover during their presentation, obviously, just to try to elaborate a little bit more on On-Time Teas and who they are and how they're going to use our social media efforts and ideas to gain some sustainable advantage. So first thing we want to look at on this first slide is the SWOT analysis. Right away we can start with the strengths. They have really good reviews, especially on social media sites. On Facebook they actually have a 4.7 out of 5, which we thought was very impressive for them not having too much exposure and everything. So at least for the people that are engaging with them, they're giving them positive reviews. The prompt responses is a very good aspect of their business as well. Anything that has to do with obviously ordering and printing is kind of time sensitive if you want to change anything. So with them being able to get back to their customers on a very appropriately timed basis, it allows alterations or anything, just makes the experience more enjoyable for the customer. And then easy to navigate website. This is very important with any kind of e-commerce site. You want to be able to have people put the design that they want on the t-shirt, check out, and everything like that very, very seamlessly to make it easier for them, and then that's going to improve the experience that the customer has as well. We can switch on over to the next slide, talking a little bit about their weaknesses. They have a limited market reach. Their trade area is very limited. They're not quite nationwide yet. They have 3 stores, as they probably went over in the presentation, located around this area in southeastern Wisconsin. One of them being near Milwaukee and one of them here in Whitewater. They have a low social media magnitude, meaning that when they're doing things on social media, they're not getting engagement or creating any kind of like earthquake in the social media environment. And then the fluid connection to and from social media and website is not achieved. Their link from their website to their Facebook doesn't even work, and they don't have links for all their social media websites on their actual website. So just being able to seamlessly transition to and from social media sites to the website is a very big emphasis. Trying to become transparent and display one unified message through all of them is very important. So we thought that was something that they definitely were pretty weak on. And for the external opportunities that they have in the SWOT analysis, we thought that the multiple locations being close to college campuses was a very, very big opportunity for them because of organizations, special events that happen on the college or anything like that that people might want to order t-shirts for. With the big organizations like any Greek festivals or anything like that too, they have a big opportunity to achieve some big business there, and any repeat business from that would be gained from that. It's extremely helpful as well. And then the online shirt design industry is growing. This is very important because it means that it's an economy sort of scale, but then it also ties into their threats. If we want to switch on over to the next slide, the competition is already nationwide. That is a sustainable advantage for the competition and not too good for On-Time Teas, but meaning that if they can gain some advantage and everything and go nationwide as well, then that would be an extremely important accomplishment for them to do. We can go on over to the next slide, measurement. Kind of color coded here. It's a slide I copied from the actual presentation that my group did in class, but I just wanted to highlight a couple things, and it ties in very well to my next point that I'm going to make. So for the objectives, we wanted to get 300 followers new in the first quarter, and then achieve that plus 50 additional likes every quarter after that. So the next quarter would be 350, and the next one after that 400, and so on. And then objective 2 is measuring the likes and followers and evaluating at the beginning of each month. We want to gain 225 followers in the first quarter on Twitter, and then 250 for the second and third quarters, and then round it off with 275 in the last quarter there. And then our third objective is gain some acquisition rate, some percentage there, and we want to gain 30% on that one. But as I mentioned a little bit, we are evaluating after every quarter, which means we have to come up with a schedule. So the next slide goes on over just to our weekly calendar of where we expect to post and when. It has a list of various social media sites on there. Anything in purple, that means that on that day we plan to have them post something on that site. So obviously, as you can see with Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, it is very important for them to be posting constantly, just to stay relevant, stay in the viewer's eyes, and gain some engagement that way. On Snapchat, we don't want them to be too cumbersome with the amount that they're posting, just a couple here and there. Maybe with some Snapchat filters, if that is available for them to do, that would be very interesting for them to try and go ahead and implement. And then on YouTube, we have limited amount of posts here, because anything that is going to be done with videos needs to be recorded, edited, and then posted on there, which takes more time. So it's going to be less likely for On Time Tees as a smaller company to go ahead and achieve that. But then it is also very important to keep on YouTube, because you can use videos to push for specific events or anything that are going to be pretty popular in the year. So any events like in Whitewater, we have Spring Splash and St. Patrick's Day. And if you want to flip on over to the next slide, it has the yearly calendar. We can kind of plot this out on here. As you can see, we have the March, June, September, and December all have evaluations on them. It is very important to see where you are at in achieving your goals, and then analyze what efforts were successful and which ones were unsuccessful, and try to adapt that way. And so in March you have St. Patrick's Day, so that would be a good time to post a video for a push to try to get some sales there. And then April you have Spring Splash, the same thing there. Right after that, March evaluation, which is pretty interesting, and an advantage for On Time Tees. And then June you have the evaluation, and then you have July 4th coming up and all the summer holidays. It'd be good to post a video saying, hey, have fun and stay safe on your holiday. And by the way, On Time Tees still has bro tanks that you can go and get something printed on and everything like that. So just a little fun video that's relevant to what's going on in the customers' lives then. And as you can see on here, same thing with the purple. That means that we plan to either change or post something. So a banner ad in January, have that carry on through the spring, have like a spring fling kind of a sale or something there as a banner ad there, and then you can change it in June and July for the summer months. Try to get some raise that acquisition rate there as well. Blog posts are something we think are pretty important. Just doing them evenly throughout the entire year, staying relevant, is very, very important. And infographics are a good way we could show that our customers are getting what they want, and reviewing On Time Tees very highly by posting these graphs on their website, so they can see in real time how On Time Tees is doing and if they're meeting expectations for their deliveries or their product at all. Press releases are interesting. It's a good way to build some loyalty with people that are already patronizing the store. Any Greek events that are going on, you can post it in one of the press releases saying, hey, we did this t-shirt designed for this fraternity or sorority, and then be able to kind of brag about it, and then give the fraternity sorority some exposure that way as well. And then, as we said, with videos, very important, doing them throughout for the various number of different holidays or events that might be going on. And with that, that's going to wrap up this portion of the presentation. I hope it wasn't too long or too short, and I appreciate your leniency with me being able to turn this in a little bit late and do this as an actual video. I hope you the best in your upcoming semesters, and thank you a lot for your time.